Mike Pendleton here with Calf Kick Sports, and we've also interviewed this man's upcoming opponent, so I'm super excited to
You're
talk to him
watching
as well.
Calf Kick
The one and only
Sports
longtime Cage Warriors veteran. He'll be taking on Ibragim Ibragimov at PFL Europe 2 in Newcastle on June 8th. He is the one and only Josh Reed. Josh, first time talking to you. Thank you for the time. How are you?
All good, thank you. Thanks for having me on, mate.
Absolutely. Well, first and foremost, obviously when you have a lot of history in Cage Warriors like you do, then you get the call from PFL. What was it like getting that call?
Oh, yeah, it was amazing. My coach rang me and just explained to me, I got a multi-fight deal with him. I was over the moon, to be honest. But to me, fair is only what we deserve, as a team. I've put it all on the line for a number of years now. So at the same time as being over the moon, I was like, I do deserve it.
Absolutely. Anyone who looks at your resume, watches you fight, it's well-deserved. It was a well-deserved call more than like a shocking call. But,
Yeah.
Cage Warriors, in their own respect, is also a, highly regarded promotion. So was there anything that maybe you experienced through Cage Warriors, whether it be inside the cage or just dealing with the promotion that you think may help you with the PFL?
Yeah, Cagewarriors are a big European show. Their events are very professionally run. It's a good platform for up and coming fighters, the big names on there as well. I think that just sets you in good stead for the big leagues then. So yeah, I think I'll take it all in my stride, to be honest.
Yeah, and the PFL and Bellator, for that matter, are a promotion that I really credit for letting the fighter just come in and fight. You don't have to worry about social media. You don't have to worry about doing the promotion. You don't really have to worry about anything except showing up, making weight, fighting, and then they'll let you know what's next. There's not a lot of politics and popularity contests going on. How does that make you feel where it's like, yeah, it's not other promotions or it's not about your Instagram followers or anything like that. You just have to come in and fight.
Yeah, and I like their format as well, the way they do it. You're always active with the PFL. There's no bullshit like you just said. It's just turn up, weigh in, fight. You see these promotions online. I see it on my own Instagram. Publicizing everything, and it's nice to be there now, and they do the work for you. So yeah, I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah, it's going to be fun. I think it's a promotion. It's a match made in heaven, you and the PFL promotion. Fighting in Europe, obviously, you just continue to expand your brand, your name, and show the world what you're capable of. You'll be able to do that against Ibragim on the zone here on June 8th. What's it going to be like fighting in Newcastle?
Yeah, I've never fought in Newcastle before. I've actually watched them at a event there many, many years ago. But no, I'm looking forward to put on the show, and I'm excited to be on this platform.
Let me ask, how old were you when you watched the fight in Newcastle?
Oh, 20 maybe? Something like that.
Okay, so does it feel full circle now? Does it feel like, yeah, you're like, I was once watching, now I'll be competing, and you've got a tough opponent, young opponent, undefeated, and there's always going to be that talk of, oh my gosh, this fighter's facing an undefeated fighter. How much do you look at what your opponent is doing, or do you just stick to your own game plan and let your coaches tell you everything?
Yeah, I leave it all to my coaches. I do have a little, when they announce the fight, I do have a little watch of their latest fight, but I don't get fixated on that. I've said this multiple times over the years. It affects my training. I tried that at the start of my career. I get too involved then, and it affects my training. So, like I said, I have a quick little look, maybe his latest fight, and then I let my coaches and my team deal with that, and we're full camp and ready to go.
Well, it's obvious by watching your career, you love to finish fights. Obviously, PFL loves finishers, and most of your wins coming by way of submission. But let me just ask, do you prefer finishing it on the ground or with striking?
Oh, it's got to be a striking. I'm gonna get the fans up, get a promotion on notice. Yeah, it's got to be with the hands. But to be honest, I'll take a win anywhere it goes.
How do you feel you match up against Ibragim in this fight?
Yeah, I think I match up very well, to be honest. When they announced the fight, I checked his record. I will be his toughest fight to date. That's proven. Yeah, I think I match everywhere. You know, he's obviously a heavy guy. He's obviously good at what he does. He's undefeated for a reason. I respect that. But I'm no mug myself. I train with the best guys around me. I got the best team around me. I'm ready for anything. So
What do you think? Because when you get a fight like that, right? It's not like, oh, my first fight is against some name they just plucked out of somewhere. You know, they gave you a worthy opponent. So I think that's respect to both you and your opponent. You know, matching you guys up together, both for a debut fight in the PFL. What do you think you'll show the PFL in saying, thank you for giving me this caliber of opponent for my first fight? Now I'm going to show the world what I can do.
yeah, I just turn up. I'll make it fireworks. You know, it's always fireworks when I fight. I'll make it exciting, and I put asses on seats, and that's what promotions love. And it's proven. I've done it, and I will do it at this big stage as well.
And when fans tune in on June 8th, how many asses in the seats? What should the asses in the seats expect from you in this fight?
Fireworks, I bring it everywhere. Whether it's ground, wrestling, I make everything exciting.
When you look at everything, and I know you said that you know this call was expected, obviously grateful, but it was expected given the work you've done. Was there ever a moment, you know, in leading up to this camp where you've told yourself like, yeah, I've got the call I expected, but I'm just getting started?
Oh, 100%. You can't just think, you know, if it's UFC, Bellator, PFL, all them big names I just mentioned, you can't just get in and think, oh, I've done the work now. You know, because obviously the caliber opponent now has got better. Obviously, you know, that's why they're there. So, no, it's just getting started.
So with that being said, what challenges you for the rest of this year? Obviously, one fight at a time, but what would you like to have happen for the rest of this year? Is it two more fights, maybe three more? How would you like to compete for the rest of 2024?
Yeah, I definitely want to compete twice this year, being once now in Newcastle. I'd like to fight again, ASAP. As active as they can keep me, to be honest. But the main goal, obviously, being with the PFL, is to get into that tournament.
You want the global tournament?
Yeah, whichever, to be honest. But yeah, the global one would be nice.
If that global tournament were to come about, whether it be 2024 or 2025, what would that mean to you and all the work you've done in your career, right? Because they're not taking a guy who's had 4 or 5 fights. They're taking a guy who's been with one of the best European promotions in the world. He's done the work. He's gotten the wins. He's been through many wars. What would it mean to you to get onto that global roster, have a chance at a title, have a chance at $1 million grand prize?
To be honest, it mean everything. You know, I've put everything into this. You know, my team, my coaches, they all know what this means to me. You know, I've accepted everything that put in front of me. I've done all the sparring over the years with everyone. I fought everyone. It'll be the icing on the cake, if I'm honest.
For those who will be tuning in for your fight and may not know you, maybe they don't catch up with Cagewarriors. What is one thing you would want the world to know about Josh Reed?
That he brings the fire every time. You know, I want to be that person who's excited to watch. I want people to say, "Oh, Josh Reed's on next," or "Josh Reed's on next month." I want them to buy tickets and watch me.
Is there something that was in you maybe early in your career or something that happened through your career or maybe before fighting and just in your personal life that made you say, I'm a showman, I'm an entertainer, and I'm going to go out and put a show on for the world? Was there one moment specifically that made you this way?
No, it's just how hard we train as a team. You know, I put the work in, day out, and I go out on my shield, and that's how I fight. And for some reason, they love that. That's exciting. You know, you get some people, you know, the slow starters, and you know, that's how they fight. You know, they get, as long as they win, happy days. But you know, I go out on my shield, and yeah, I bring the fight. I come to fight.
Outside of fighting inside the cage, what interests you? What keeps you going outside of training?
Well, to be honest, I'm in camp, so that's all I do is train.
It's always a hard question to ask fighters because they're like, all I do is train. That's it.
I'm constantly in the gym, sorry.
No, that nothing to be sorry about because obviously, you know, the work inside the gym puts on, you know, the shows that you put on. So obviously the proof is in the pudding, right? You do the work and you
100%.
Yeah, you entertain for the masses. I'm just trying to get the audience to get to know you a little bit more because
Yeah.
I'm excited for you. You know, having watched you over in Cagewarriors and all the fights that you put on, I think this is not only a huge opportunity for you, but a huge opportunity for the world to see, you know, what you're truly capable of. And having been a veteran in the sport and fighting someone who is 20 years old and undefeated and all of this, what have you learned in your fighting career that could help the next generation of fighters? Because like you said, there are some who they want to take it seriously, but they're not sure. There are some who get caught up in needing social media to help their career. You just show up, put on a show, fight, win, get out. What's your message to like the next generation of fighters?
You've got to make it your life. It's lifestyle's everything. My head coach, Richard Shaw, he's always said, it's lifestyle. It's how you portray your life. You've got to be in the gym non-stop. You've got to be looking to improve every time. We get people in our gym, new starters. They come for 6 months. They have time off. I have no time off. No time off. I'm in the gym constantly. And I train with Brett Johns, Jack Shaw, Oban Elliott. And I've just followed their footsteps. Jack Marshaman, they're all in the gym all the time. And they reap the rewards. So I've just followed suit. And that's what I would say to an up and comer. You've just got to stay in the gym and just listen to your coaches and stay dedicated.
I'm going to assume the answer is going to be no, because all you do is train. But is there any one moment from any of those guys you mentioned that stands out to you the most when you sit back and reflect on your career, whether it be a moment in training or a conversation? Was there any one specific moment that sticks out with those training partners?
Probably have to be Jack Marshaman's debut in Belfast. That was a great moment for me. I was there watching it live. He had the fight the night's bonus. He won by knockout. That was an amazing time for the gym. That's a good moment. It always sticks with me.
Lifted everyone up, including yourself. So,
100%.
Obviously fireworks, but what is your prediction for this fight besides telling everyone to just tune in?
Just win. I get a win any way necessary.
And just a couple more here, Josh, and I appreciate your time. Obviously, we know you want to make the global roster, but is there anywhere specific you would like the PFL to stage your fight, or is there anywhere you'd like to fight, any location you'd like to fight with the PFL this year?
Wales.
I'm in. You can sign me up for that. And with all that being said, I know you want the global roster. So would that mean you'd want to move over here and not move over here, but come over here and fight in the States in 2025?
100%. I'll go anywhere as long as it's matched up. I'll be there.
I can tell you that, especially here in the States, you talk about, putting asses in seats. Sometimes here in the States, fight fans just want to see you walk out with your opponent's head like it's a trophy. and a guy who fights the way you do, I think you'll be a joy for the fans here in the States. So, Josh Reed, thank you very much for the time. PFL Newcastle, June 8th, live on the Zone. You're taking on undefeated Ibragim Ibragimov. I cannot wait for this fight. It's going to be a hell of a fight. Everyone better have their asses in the seats. Josh, thank you so much.
No problem.